Recently, I asked you a question on my last video and I said, tell me what you struggle to wear in the summer. And I have to say, I wasn't really prepared for what happened next, because within an hour or so, there were loads and loads of comments. So many of you sharing so honestly about how summer dressing really feels. And I knew straight away I had to make this video. So hi lovely friends, and a very warm welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little bit different because it's not just me talking to you, it's actually a conversation, because this video was made largely by you. So what I've done is I've gone through all of the comments, picked out the struggles that came up again and again, and for each one I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it, with real outfits, real solutions, and no complicated rules, because you deserve answers that actually work. And I have to say, while so many of your answers were things that I completely understood, a couple of them actually got me genuinely stopped in my tracks. I'll share those with you a little later on. Now, what do you think were the style struggles that really surprised me? Find out later if you're right. So let's get into it. And here are your 6 worst summer style struggles and how to fix every single one. Number 1, the arm struggle. Now I'm starting with the arm struggle, as this is the one that came up more than anything else actually, by a very long way. So many of you said something like this: I just don't know what to do about my arms in summer. Everything sleeveless makes me feel so self-conscious, but I get so hot in sleeves. And then one lady brought tears to my eyes, honestly, when she said, listen to this: I have a good figure, which I've worked hard for, but I just hate the crinkly upper arms. I've just bought a gorgeous sleeveless dress, which fits perfectly, and I'm going to ruin the look by having to put something to cover my arms. I wish I didn't care. Oh my, I am so with you. I hear you. I really, really do. This is one of the things that I've been asked about most. And I think it's worth saying something really important first. There is absolutely nothing wrong with your arms. However, I also completely understand not feeling comfortable, and that really matters too. So here's what I would suggest, a few ideas for you. The solution is almost always a sleeve of some kind, but the right kind of sleeve, not a heavy, hot, winter weight sleeve, something light, floaty, barely there, a sheer overlay, a linen shirt worn open, a flutter sleeve, a kimono. Now, these will give you the coverage, not courage, well, and that too, that you want without adding any warmth at all. And actually, they can look really, really elegant. So as you can see here, how the open shirt gives just enough coverage without any real heaviness. You get the breezy summer feel and you feel comfortable. And that, of course, is the goal. Now, I want to show you now how something slightly different from a normal sleeve, how a flutter sleeve or just a hint of a sleeve in a top can really take the attention away from the arms as well. So have a look at this in my look too. So wearing a top like this with plenty of material and space at the armpit takes attention right away from the arms, and especially so as it's got this lovely V-neck. Goes in at the waist too, really gently, so it does draw the eye down and creates a waist without having to tuck it either, of course. And then, of course, these trousers are a real statement. I just love them. They're linen, a viscose mix, and what they do here is that, again, they draw the eye away from your top, and especially your arms, because they're so interesting. And they're budget friendly, of course, from Marks and Spencer's. I just love them. But what they do, as I said, is they take the attention away from the area that worries you. So another alternative could be a dress with the same sort of idea in this little light denim dress. It works really well with this sort of slight sleeve, and it keeps you cool at the same time, allows plenty of air up there, and it looks elegant and put together too. Right, on to struggle number 2, and this one is really closely linked to the arms one actually. Number 2 is too hot, but not wanting to show too much. So many of you described a version of this. I just get so hot in summer, but I don't feel comfortable in very little. I feel like I'm stuck between being too hot or feeling too exposed. Now, this is such a common feeling, and I think it comes from the idea that summer dressing has to mean bare skin. It absolutely doesn't. The secret is fabric and silhouette, because you can be completely covered and be cooler than someone in a tiny top. Loose, breathable, natural fabrics like linen and cotton keep you so much cooler than anything tight or synthetic, even if there's more of them. So you could try something like this with one of my very favourite items that I wore all the time in Greece recently. And if you've watched them, you'll know what it is. It's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sheer top in look 3. This look is so much cooler to wear than it looks because everything is loose and everything breathes. These wide leg trousers in linen are genuinely one of the coolest things you can wear in summer. Any linen wide leg trousers, and they look incredibly chic because you're not compromising on comfort or style with this sort of an item. And then, of course, there's this gorgeous, beautiful shirt, which is to die for, and is beautifully sheer. I simply can't stop wearing it. Honestly, ladies, it honestly ticks so many of the summer style boxes. It's got some lovely detailing with the gold buttons and braid, so it really jazzes up literally anything you wear it with. And it's cotton, so it breathes, so light. It's a real pleasure to wear. Now, you can tie it up, as I did in Greece, or you can wear it loose, like this. I will link it below, of course, as with everything I'm showing you here. But I would seriously recommend it for keeping cool but not showing off too much skin, and it helps with the arms too, of course. Now, struggle number 3, and this was another very popular answer in the comments, which was feeling self-conscious around the middle. Now, so many of you mentioned this in lots of different ways. Let me just read to you. So, my tummy is my biggest struggle. Everything feels too tight or too baggy, and I just don't know what works for me anymore. Now, first of all, can I just say you are not alone, not even slightly. And again, I want to say gently, it's not your body that's the problem. It's finding the right cut of clothes, because there are shapes that skim beautifully over the middle without clinging, without adding bulk, and without making you look shapeless either. So let me show you and give you some ideas on how to do this. Now, the things to look for are things like a defined shoulder line, which draws the eye upward, a fabric that drapes rather than clings, in either a gentle waist definition higher up under the bust, for instance, or a relaxed straight line that just skims down rather than hugs. Now, what to avoid is basically anything with a tight waistband sitting right on the tummy, or very clingy jersey, which just sort of clings to anything that you've got there. So let's have a look at my look 4, because I wanted to show you this dress, which is brilliant for hiding the tummy, I think, and so pretty and flattering at the same time. It really illustrates the things that I wanted to talk to you about. So first, it hides the tummy. Firstly, in its cut, which is a fairly straight fit, so it doesn't cling to the tummy or anywhere really. It's got plenty of room, but it's not got volume, you know. Love the V-neck, which helps to draw the eye in and down, and it's even got those little flutter sleeves that we just talked about earlier. And another important thing is what I call pattern disturb. You know, when you have a pattern all over the body, it takes the attention right away from the tummy, as it sort of confuses the eye. You think, oh, that's a lovely dress, but you don't really know what the figure inside it is like. So here's another way to lose your middle in my look 5. So this was footage I took in Greece, and just see how this dress floats over the middle beautifully. There's no pulling or clinging, it just skims. Okay, it fits the bodice beautifully, but then it flows out so nicely. You could literally be any shape under that dress, and it looks really lovely and put together. And that's what we're aiming for. And of course, you can pop on a little shawl on your shoulders if you want to, or this sort of a shirt. On to number 4, and this one came up in a slightly different way, which I found really interesting actually. Number 4 is not knowing what to wear to summer occasions. Now, lots of you aren't just struggling with everyday summer dressing, you're struggling with specific occasions as well. So we've got comments like this. I never know what to wear to summer weddings. That's a big one. Garden parties are a nightmare, too hot for smart, too dressy for casual. I'm going on holiday and I genuinely don't know what to pack. Now, summer occasions are genuinely tricky because the dress codes feel so vague, don't they? Smart casual, garden party, dressy but comfortable. What does any of that actually mean? So let me give you a simple framework of a couple of things that work for almost every summer occasion. First of all, you need to start with one hero piece. It could be a dress, it could be a beautiful trouser and lightweight jacket, it could be a stunning top, and you build around that. And then just keep the rest simple. And then always think about your shoes, because your shoes will tell you how dressed up the outfit feels. If you wear a flat sandal with a dress, it's going to keep everything relaxed. If you wear a kitten heel or a wedge, it's going to lift that dress immediately. So as I said, I've got 2 ways of interpreting this really. Here's my first way in look 6. The hero piece here is this whole suit, to be honest, and it kind of feels like one item, of course, as it's matching, and it's incredibly versatile. It is a beautifully soft colour and a flowing cut, suits so many skin tones, and this kind of an outfit works for a wedding, a garden party, a summer lunch, basically almost anything. It's the hero piece doing the work, with everything else kept beautifully simple, elegant and comfortable. And you can jazz it up with jewellery or work it down, whatever you need to do for that occasion. Now, if you prefer a dress to be your hero piece, you could try something like this, which is another go-to for any type of event, as in my look 7. Now, this is a fabulous dress. Just look at the colour. Dressed up enough to be great for a dressy occasion, but not so formal that you couldn't wear it for a more casual event, especially with different styling. I mean, the colour is exquisite. I mean, just look at this, so vibrant. It really lifts the whole look. And of course, it's fit and flare, which is flattering for most body shapes too. I love that it's viscose too, so it breathes in the heat. And just see how it flows. It's really eye-catching, and it's got those lovely little flutter sleeves again that we talked about earlier. Absolutely perfect. But this is the sort of thing that is an absolute go-to that you can have in your wardrobe and just pick out for any occasion. Now, just before we go on to the next struggle, if you're finding this helpful and you haven't subscribed yet, I genuinely love to have you here. I post videos like this every week, all about helping you feel stylish and confident without any pressure. Just hit subscribe, it's completely free, and it would mean the world to me. And I'm a real person, not AI. Right, struggle number 5. And this is one that I think a lot of us can relate to, which is white trousers and light colours. Now, a number of you mentioned this. You said things like, I'd love to wear white trousers, but I'm terrified of them. Light colours just make me feel washed out. I worry about transparency with white trousers. White trousers, I know. I completely understand the nervousness, but I want to try and convince you, because when they're the right cut and the right fabric, they are simply one of the most elegant and versatile things that you can wear in summer. Now, a few things to look for could be things like the fabric. Get a fabric with some weight to it too, so it doesn't cling and it doesn't go transparent. A wider leg, which is much more forgiving than a slim fit, and then wear it with a longer top, not to hide anything, but just because proportionally it tends to look really beautiful with a wide leg trouser. And wear nude or seamless underwear, and that solves the transparency worry completely. So let me show you how I'm interpreting this in my look 8. See? Doesn't that look great? White trousers in summer are just so chic. You compare them with anything and they'll look chic. Trust me. And once you've worn them once and felt how good they look, I promise you'll be wondering why you waited so long. And I've teamed them here with a lovely red and white linen shirt from Boden, which I did feature in another video last week actually, which I will link below, because in that video I showed loads of outfits that can be comfortable as well as stylish. So do go and have a look at that one after this. Anyway, this blouse is lovely. It's cool linen, really cool, with plenty of sort of volume around this area too, which is brilliant, with a flattering V-neck, no need to tuck, and just look at this vibrant pattern. I just love it. So, you know, something like this with a quality pair of white linen trousers is a real go-to look for summer, I just think. But it's glam, but it's easy, you know. Now, struggle number 6, and this one I found really very interesting. It's trying to look polished even though everyone else is a bit too casual. Now, some of you described something that I thought was really perceptive. Have a listen to this. Okay, in summer everything feels too casual and I lose my sense of style. I feel like I look sloppy in summer no matter what I do. I miss having structure in my outfits like I do in the winter. Now, I really understand this. You know, summer can feel like it strips away all those things that we use to feel polished. Layers, structure, darker colours, things like that. But here's the thing. Polish in summer isn't about those things. It's about fit, finish, and just 1 or 2 deliberate choices. And there's another of your questions coming up very soon, a bit later on, which you will see. And there's another of your questions coming up very soon, which is about this sort of thing as well. Now, I think 3 things that can instantly elevate a casual summer outfit to help with this situation are a pair of good earrings, a belt, or a tucked in top to give some shape, and shoes with just a little bit more intention. Even a simple pointed toe flat rather than a flip-flop makes a surprising difference. So those three things together, you can go from casual to polished in about 30 seconds. So let me show you in my look 9. So this dress is lovely. It's a lightweight denim look, breathable, relaxed, but it shows all those things that you commented on, you know, very casual, no real structure, bit sloppy as it doesn't have much shape. But I just want to show you with the addition of these three things. Let's look now at the same dress. It's exactly the same outfit, but with those three little additions, a belt, more intentional shoes, they're a little bit more pointed here with some great earrings and a bracelet. And doesn't it look so much more intentional? And really, that's all it takes. Now, I promised you earlier that some of your answers really surprised me. Have you been wondering what they were? Because here are the ones that stopped me in my tracks. Number 7, the answers that surprised me. Okay, we'll start with this one. Now, one thing that a lady said was this. In the winter, I love to wear jackets and a column of colour underneath. It makes me look less wide. Now, I've realised that this is why I found summer difficult. I'm trying to create that same column of colour and reduce the width, but I can't. Now, this is a really, really good point, and I get it, of course. We might not want to wear a jacket or any third layer, of course, when it's really, really hot. Of course, one way is to wear what I showed you earlier, a light linen shirt over a column of colour, which does work. But if you didn't want to do that, maybe it's too hot, you know, then another way to do this is to wear a monochrome outfit. So all one colour all the way down, and that would really help with elongation, and you don't have to wear it skin tight either. Now, this is an outfit that I wore exactly like that when I was in Greece, and as you can see here, it's possible to wear something quite loose actually, and even in a light colour if you wear it in one colour. I mean, it's not quite as effective as a column, but it still does lengthen. And then there is this crafty little way of creating a column down your body and not have to wear a third layer. Wear this sort of a dress. This is a colour block dress, which gives artificial curves and slimness through strategic blocking down the sides. It's a brilliant solution, so maybe think about using this technique if it would help you. So I've just selected one more actually, as honestly I could just talk about how to resolve summer style struggles all day, and this video is getting a little bit long. Maybe I might even do 2, you never know. And this is not something I'd thought about, so I wonder if you have. Let's have a listen to this one. I don't look good in white, black, grey, dark brown or beige, or any cool colours, and yet these are the abundant colours in the shops for summer right now. My honest answer here is to wear what you love and what you know looks good on you. So if like this lady, you don't suit colours and you don't like them, like white, black, beige, then don't wear them. You know, she says she doesn't suit cool colours. So how about a pretty light coral or a turquoise? You know, these are perfect summer colours and they're much warmer. They're not cool. They've got more yellow in there. There are lots of different shades of yellow out there too, which are gorgeous for summer. Remember my butter yellow dress that we showed you earlier? So really what I'm saying is don't just wear what's in the shops that you think you should be wearing, or even trends that you think you should be wearing. Wear what suits you. So summer dressing really can be tricky, but I hope today has shown you that every single one of these struggles does have a fix, and it's usually a simpler fix than you might think, because it's never about your body. It's always about finding the right piece, the right cut, the right detail, the right colour. And once you find it, you know, everything changes. Now, I'd love to know which of these struggles really resonated most with you. Did I miss yours? Tell me in the comments below, because there may well have to be a part 2 to this. And thank you truly to every single one of you who shared so openly on my last video. You really made this video, and I think you're all absolutely wonderful. So I'll see you really soon for my next styling video. Really looking forward to what you've got to say. Have an amazing day and lots of love. Bye.